deserve, but at the same time, like, we need to play basketball. That's what our fans crave, and that's what all of you crave as well, is you want the product on the floor. And at the end of the day, that's how you make the money, that's how you're marketable, that's what the fans get excited about, that's what the fans want to show up for. So, you know, it's business and it's a negotiation, and there has to be compromise on both sides. And, you know, we're starting to get down to the wire of it, and it's become really important. And, you know, obviously I want to help in any way I can, and I've tried to educate myself the best I can. Obviously I can't speak to every...
Those 30 seconds could define everything the WNBA experiences this entire year. Everyone's caught up in contract fights and pointless back-and-forth arguments. But Caitlin Clark delivered a straightforward message that silenced all the chaos. One simple truth: the league can't mess this up. She's speaking facts.
Fans are so excited because Caitlin Clark is finally back on the court playing basketball, and it seems like she is 100%. She is going 5v5. Team USA is currently holding their training camp, so all the ladies will be in Durham this weekend training. As you can see the roster here: Lauren Betts, Aaliyah Boston, Cam Brink, Paige Beckers, Veronica Burton, Sonia Citron, Caitlin Clark, Kalia Copper, Chelsea Gray, Brittany Griner, Dearica Hamby, Kiki Ariafen, Rakia Jackson, Brianna Jones, Kelsey Plum, Angel Reese, Juju Watkins.
December 2025 brings 16 top women's basketball stars to Durham for Team USA training camp. Their mission is singular: get ready for the 2026 FIBA World Cup. Yet beneath the practice sessions, there's obvious pressure filling the space. Without a new CBA agreement by January 9th, next season could actually disappear. This isn't guesswork. It's the actual cutoff date staring them down. The lineup reads like basketball royalty: Lauren Jackson, Brianna Stewart, Kelsey Plum, Angel Reese, Paige Beckers, and naturally, Caitlin Clark. Still, this gathering means something deeper than skills or teamwork. It's happening during the WNBA's most vulnerable crossroads moment. The words these players speak and their volume level could prove more significant than anything they accomplish during games.
There are different things that we can find ways to say, no, like, we certainly deserve that, and we're not going to compromise on that, and then other things that we can probably compromise on. But like I said, like, this is the biggest moment in the history of the WNBA, and I don't want that to be forgotten. It's important that we find a way to, you know, play this next season, and I think our fans, and even everybody that has played in this league that has come before us.
Pay attention to her exact words because they carry weight. She labels this the most critical time the league has ever faced. Not among the top moments, but number one. Then she shifts immediately to what actually matters, making sure there's a season to play. That's what sets Caitlin Clark apart from all the chatter. She gets something that apparently needs spelling out. A league that doesn't play games can't expand. Consider where the WNBA was 1 year ago. The 2025 season was still months away. Nobody could predict if Caitlin Clark would succeed professionally. Angel Reese remained unproven at this level. Crowds averaged around 6,500 people each night. Jump to right now and Indiana Fever alone packs over 17,000 fans regularly. This isn't gradual improvement. This is earth-shaking transformation. Clark's statement resonates because she's addressing economic truth, not just sports. The WNBA just completed its best year in history. Viewership climbed 70%. New broadcasting contracts brought in $2.2 billion across 11 years. Teams now cost $50 million to join. This represents the breakthrough every league chases, and it's easily destroyed.
For Caitlin Clark's answer. Thank you, Caitlin. This is the biggest moment the WNBA has ever seen, and it's not something that can be messed up. I feel like I have been screaming this at the top of my lungs through all of the messiness that has happened over the past 2 seasons in the WNBA. You have a moment right now in women's basketball, and specifically in the WNBA. You have a boom that we have never seen in the history of this league. Do whatever you can to not mess it up, and they've already done multiple things that is like shooting.
There's the uncomfortable truth everyone avoids mentioning. Moving forward demands give and take. That feels difficult right now, but there's no alternative. Players want private planes for all teams, not just postseason ones. They're requesting bigger revenue percentages. They want improved pay throughout the roster. Let's be honest, these things are earned. Every single ask makes perfect sense. The problem isn't whether they're right. It's about when. The actual concern is whether enough progress happens now to avoid a shutdown that erases years of growth within weeks. Kelsey Plum confirmed this struggle at that same camp, saying negotiations have been frustrating and gaps remain wide. That statement came in December 2024 with January 9th racing closer. That's an alarmingly tight time frame for major decisions. Unlike the NBA, which survives shutdowns thanks to decades of strength and huge financial reserves, the WNBA lacks that safety net. This league is still laying its groundwork. You can't quit construction midway and expect everything to stand strong.
It's them. Kelsey Plum off the screen, kicks to Caitlin Clark for 3. Caitlin Clark up the court. Another 3. Caitlin Clark off the screen, another 3. Her shot looks really good. There were other photos of her going around, I feel like the past couple weeks also, saying that it looks like she dropped some of the muscle that she did gain before last season. It's hard to tell. To be honest, you guys, I'm not really like body watch.
Study this sequence carefully because it shows exactly why fans have been hungry for WNBA action all winter. Caitlin Clark hasn't competed in a real game since September 25th, 2025 when Indiana lost to Connecticut Sun in round 1. That's over 2 months without the league's top attraction playing. Everyone's noticed the gap. But examine her movement here. The steps are crisp. Her shooting motion flows naturally. There's zero hesitation, no doubt in her stroke. All that speculation about extra strength training, whether it caused foot problems or muscle injuries, just vanishes watching this. She appears relaxed, fit, and totally comfortable. Above everything, she seems to be having fun again, and that spells trouble for her opponents.
We had the photos last year from Media Day when she was like flexing and all that, and you could clearly see that she had put on a lot of muscle, but it's hard to tell here, so I'm not really going to comment on it. But there were some fans that were saying it looks like she dropped some of the muscle that she put on, and a lot of people were wondering if that is why she had so many soft tissue injuries during last season, but again, I don't know, so I'm just going to leave it at that. And here's another clip, you guys, of Caitlin Clark's signature 3. She's dribbling the ball up the court, goes to her left.
Paige Bueckers hitting a step back over Caitlin Clark for the winner was guaranteed to blow up the internet, and that's precisely what occurred. The video spread like wildfire immediately and predictably. Clark's doubters acted like it proved everything. But that response ignores the whole picture. This is exactly what people have been wanting. 2 incredible talents battling head-to-head in actual competition. No manufactured drama. No internet games, just pure basketball settling things. The Caitlin Paige storyline works because they reached this point through completely different journeys. Clark joined carrying unbelievable expectations and somehow surpassed them, handling constant rough play, endless attention, and still becoming a genuine superstar. Paige enters next year with similar pressure but a distinct identity. She's a stronger two-way player, more natural working within systems, and lethal when games hang in balance. The difference in approach makes every encounter feel important. And that brings us to the main lesson. These workouts, these practices, these instances are lifeblood for the WNBA. This generates the material that drives expansion. No season means no action. No action means no viral clips. Without viral clips, occasional watchers never turn into loyal supporters. That's the death of progress.
This is the kind of basketball that so many WNBA fans have been missing. And there's another clip that is also currently going viral, and it's Paige Beckers' sidestep 3 on Caitlin Clark. And now obviously the Caitlin Clark haters are loving this, but I also love this too. I love to see 2 great players like Paige, like Caitlin, playing either on the same team or against one another. But check this out. So there's a long rebound here. Paige gets it, pump fake, sidestep, drains the 3.
Angel Reese establishing position while Paige Bueckers attempts stopping Caitlin Clark from touching the ball with Jackie Young sliding over to assist perfectly demonstrates the defensive intelligence critics say the WNBA doesn't have. But look right there. Smart, reactive defense happening in a scrimmage with players who barely know each other. That speaks volumes about this league. The defensive attention Caitlin Clark commands is obvious. Even without official stakes, defenders stay focused. Paige is blocking passing options. Jackie Young is already leaning toward Clark's area. That's multiple defenders responding before anything fully develops. And that's without organized team strategy. In playoff situations, that focus becomes even more intense. This also destroys the story that Clark lacks defensive ability. Notice her foot placement and body position. She's not guessing or grabbing. She maintains balance, moves side to side, and pushes her opponent into teammates. That's smart, basic basketball. Is she a lockdown defender? Not quite. But she's dependable, and for someone shouldering such enormous offensive responsibility, That's perfectly adequate.
Team Gray right here in Team USA training camp. But it is so interesting because so many outlets are picking up this clip and like, oh, Paige Beckers drains a three in Caitlin Clark's face. And she did. She absolutely did. But this is fun. I just love to see all these young players out.
This snapshot of women's basketball represents far more than competition. All these athletes arriving from separate teams, histories, and draft years share one unified purpose: wearing Team USA colors, standing for their nation, and performing at elite levels. The atmosphere in the building is electric. You notice it in their reactions to great plays, their intensity on every sequence, and their genuine love for basketball. This shows women's basketball when it receives proper attention, when skill, heart, and commitment become the headline. But let's link this amazing showcase of talent and spirit back to these ongoing contract talks. Because despite the thrill we just saw, this entire wave could stop if 2026 doesn't happen. Team USA continues regardless, and these players keep training and competing worldwide. But the league, the base that creates opportunities like this, would take a crushing blow. That explains why these discussions are so important and tricky. The risks are serious, and failure doesn't hurt everyone equally. If players hold their ground and create a stoppage, they sacrifice a year of peak earning time. Most of these competitors are in their best years, and losing an entire season carries lasting career and money impacts. Meanwhile, the league risks losing its built-up energy, increased ratings, packed arenas, and expanding media coverage. Without a season, that advancement vanishes, pushing women's basketball back significantly. On the flip side, if the league won't address player requests and stays stubborn, it risks triggering a strike or lockout. That kind of battle could push away fans, ruin player relations, and stain the league's image long-term. Players are requesting fair upgrades. They want chartered aircraft for everyone, not only playoffs, to cut travel exhaustion. Right now, the league permits charter flights for playoff rounds and consecutive games. But throughout regular play, most teams still use standard airlines. Since the NBA has enjoyed complete charter access forever, this gap shows why change matters. They're also demanding larger revenue portions. The existing CBA, settled in 2020, doesn't include a set revenue division like the NBA's equal split. Rather, it promises players either 50% of league income or a minimum dollar figure from complicated calculations. Players want transparency and fairer distribution, especially now that the league secured valuable broadcasting agreements worth roughly $200 million yearly beginning in 2026. This timing is logical. They're pursuing more balanced sharing of increased league money. However, the league's money situation complicates these requests. According to Commissioner Kathy Engelbert, the WNBA frequently runs deficits with the league supported by NBA funding totaling millions annually. Some experts claim these losses are overstated or that financial reporting is cautious. But even accepting the league's figures, one truth remains: the league occupies delicate financial ground. Investments like private planes, bigger contracts, and improved amenities demand substantial financial commitments the league hasn't fully embraced yet. What makes Caitlin Clark's statement so valuable is her understanding of this conflict. She's not rejecting player demands or dismissing league finances. Rather, she stresses that not playing carries bigger consequences. Losing an entire season outweighs temporary compromise costs. Her viewpoint shows a thoughtful, strategic mindset. Advancement frequently needs flexibility and readiness to meet halfway. Clark's position is obvious. We must discover a solution to play because tomorrow depends on it. Recent expansion numbers highlight this pressure. The 2024 season pulled roughly 1.2 million watchers for broadcast games, a major jump from earlier years. Finals attracted an average of 1.63 million viewers, the best since the league started. Ticket sales increased nearly 48% from last year. These aren't small improvements. They show explosive expansion powered mostly by celebrities like Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese, who've captured attention nationwide. Their abilities and appeal are sparking this climb, launching a fresh period of exposure and energy for women's basketball. But this expansion stays delicate. Women's sports can collapse fast if content isn't reliably accessible. The National Women's Soccer League, NWSL, for instance, saw a spike in 2021, only to watch viewership drop dramatically in 2022 from controversies and timing problems. Recovery took years. The WNBA, which just now caught similar speed, can't handle a work stoppage or missing season. Those setbacks could eliminate years of advancement instantly. Another key element is expansion planning. The WNBA is bringing a team to San Francisco for 2025 with intentions for Portland and Toronto franchises. The $150 million franchise cost signals strong investor belief. But these investors are counting on continued expansion, on stars like Caitlin Clark, Angel Reese, and Paige Buecher's creating buzz, filling seats, and attracting audiences. A work stoppage threatens everything. Her message acts as an alarm. She highlights what truly counts: playing basketball, expanding the sport, and capitalizing on momentum they've generated. The approaching January 9th deadline is concrete. Without a new CBA by then, the current deal expires, and the league might enforce a lockout. Players could strike, creating a nasty, harmful standoff. Once that occurs, confidence between players and ownership crumbles. And even after agreement eventually arrives, the harm could persist for years. The importance is massive. Failed negotiations could mean a vanished season, dropping fan engagement, and permanent damage to league standing. But successful resolution founded on compromise and common goals can launch women's basketball toward a stronger tomorrow. The coming weeks will decide whether the league capitalizes on recent momentum or collapses into chaos. Caitlin Clark's message has said it plainly.